Hello, beautiful people, beautiful, amazing, wonderful people. Greetings. Yeah, it's your boy Johann, and I'm pleased to present to you, well, another season of allotment gardening here in Edlington. It's today. Well, today is the 9th of November, and it's just over a year since I've had this allotment. So I just thought it would be good now to just start from a whole new season rather than continuing. So season number 2, episode number 1. And as you can see, it is cold indeed. The weather is getting a bit cold. Um, yeah. So regardless of the weather, you've got to do what you've got to do. Even though I don't have much time during the week now because it gets dark quite early. So by the time I finish work at 5, it's already dark. So it's just finding some a couple of hours in the weekend to come on down to the allotment. And I mean, yeah, it's good to get a jump start. Like most people would have packed up already and have finished the garden for the year because it's well, what's the point, of being out in the cold and trying to do gardening. You know what? It's a good time to get a kickstart, get a jump start, and get ready and get ready for the spring. I mean, there's always things to do in the garden. There's still a bit of harvesting to do. I got to come down here regardless because usually get some stuff from home. Bits of cardboard. Vegetable scraps. To feed my compost heap. So my first task for today is, when I'm taking you with me, is feeding the compost. Yeah, I hope you can hear me a bit better. I know this was my birthday recently, and one of the wonderful gifts that I received, was one of those little microphone things. Why didn't you guys tell me like, hey, you're not sounding very well. Get the microphone. I'm just kidding. You know, um, all little gifts are welcome. Also, let me just show you what my compost heap looks like. I try to keep it covered, with these bits of things. Never so often, I just feed it. Um, yeah. So the plan is to get this compost all, fed with all of these weeds that's everywhere in the garden, and then you know um once I've got enough weeds in there, I'm going to build another compost heap so this one can um take its time to decompose, I guess. Broken down into compost. Otherwise, I feed the other one. Or else, you'll just keep feeding this one and feeding it and feeding it. Just keep feeding it, and it'll never be ready because you'll keep destroying stuff on top of it. You know. So that's the plan. So let me just show you what it looks like. Now that I've removed the let's cover it. So yeah, that's my compost. See, lots of green, lots of paper, bits of garden waste. And today we also have a bit of I'm just gonna chuck it in. Usually I try to just level it up a bit, you know, to keep it, although it's still nice and damp. So there's no need to wet it, but yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. That's it. And that's more or less. I'm just gonna leave it uncovered because I'm planning to do a bit of gardening here. So um, I may have more stuff to feed it. So I'm just gonna not cover it back as yet. All right. So right here. How about a nice quick November garden tour to show you what the garden looks like in episode 1. So here we've got a bit of some potatoes growing. Those were planted in, I think, was it in August or might have been September. Um, and the plan was to get these in the ground any time for Christmas. So Christmas we can have like our nice homegrown potatoes, for our Christmas dinner. We also have some Swedes, but they're not doing pretty well. Something is loving the leaves. I think it might be the pigeons. Yeah, we have some beds to get ready. I have to take off some of these bamboo canes to stake and put it away so we can use it for next year. Yeah, we've got a lovely spring onion. So the plan is to harvest those and dry them up, so I can have some dry herbs to use over the winter. My garlic are already in the ground. You can see they're sprouting. There's another bed of garlic. I've planted 3 beds of garlic. Garlic is something I use a lot. So yeah, and another bed of garlic here. Also got some spinach. This bed needs a bit of weeding, and maybe that should be my task for the day to weed this bed. You can see spinach. Also got some spinach here. Those want to harvest from time to time. Yep, and this bed here, there was some sweet corn growing on there, and so the plan is just to get some manure in there, some horse manure, dug in and probably covered as well. So just leave it for spring. I think also like to harvest some tomatoes today. I've harvested a bit of tomatoes already from home, from my backyard garden today. And I've got so many tomatoes at the moment, green, ripe ones. Because what happened last season, it was a similar situation where I had so many tomatoes that I was a bit overwhelmed, and I didn't know what to do, and then what to do with those tomatoes, and then um, the rain, not the rain, sorry, then the snow came along, and I lost most of the tomatoes. But this year, the plan, it's already getting a bit cold, but the plan, is to make chutney. I've already made 1 batch of chutney. And with the ripe ones, I'm planning to do some pasta sauce. I've actually not made pasta sauce before with tomatoes. So this might be the first This will be my first season. Well, this will be my first time making tomato pasta sauce, from my garden. The other thing, today I'm hoping to harvest some of these herbs. So I've got some, I think those are parsley, and some celery, and let's show the spring onions, and just cut them up, dry them, and get some dry herbs which I can use through the winter. And I've got some bits as well. I'll show you the face. I may just cover them back, let them go for a while still, but golf ball, once the size of golf balls, then they can be harvested. This one looks like it's the size of a golf ball, but I'll just cover them because I'm not quite ready for them as yet. Also, we have apples. We have been harvesting the apples, just pick a few every so often and take them home. Yeah, so that's more or less everything. That's the wrap for today. I mean, you might see this tomatoes there, but you actually, there's loads of them. There's loads and loads and loads. And sometimes when you might think, oh, there's just a few, but once you pick them and you bag them, you realize how many they are. Alright, so alright, that's one episode wrapped up. First episode of the second season. And what I'm going to try to do for this season is to talk more about, well, some of the economics, behind having your own garden, because maybe that would resonate with people a lot, because most people are concerned about their finances, they're concerned about the wealth and increasing their wealth, and you might think, oh, gardening is a lot of work, and but what I'm going to try to get you to see it as an alternative income, so another source of income or income stream. For instance, I know, like, I can get 5 organic apples, in the supermarket for about £3.50. So put it this way, so every time I pick 5 apples from the tree here, just think about it as that's £3.50, but you might not seeing it as an income stream, because the money is not you're not doing the actual transfer, so you're not taking out the money and saying like, here, here's £3.50, can I have 5 apples please, but that's £3.50 that I'm receiving, like, because I don't have to spend that £3.50, that's £3.50 I'm saving every time that I pick 5 apples, and yeah, so just keep that in mind. Gardening, it can be seen as a source of alternative income, and even though you're not like selling your produce or in the market, it's just for home use. All right, so until next time, thank you all for watching, and if what I've just said, resonated with you a bit, hit on that subscribe button, share that video with your friend, or your family, because we're gonna have some great, I've told you, we're gonna have some great content coming your way. We're gonna let you know, we're gonna educate you on, the finances, the economics, of having your garden, and how, you can not only health wise, be benefit, have the benefit of a garden, but also how a garden can be deemed as an alternative source of income, even though you're not selling anything to anyone. It's just for your own use. All right, thank you all. God bless. Stay safe, and yeah, Don't let the weather, don't let anything prevent you from getting the work done, from getting the jump starts. You know, you got to get up, you got to get out, and you've got to do what you got to do. You know, until next time, it's your boy Johan.